just how fast that this is going right now is really the helicopter had to switch up their shot super fast because of the situation. All right, let's go out to our partners, Fox 11 in Los Angeles. They just broke in on the air. Let's listen in on Live Now.
What's the cross? Some of the exits right there that we're seeing.
Well, we're coming up on the 405 right now. We got, you can coming up that
North
405
Valley area.
You know, North Valley, definitely going to be Granada Hills, North Valley. But you can see those speeds. Look at that, 117 miles an hour. Now, a lot of these vehicles, especially these newer ones like that, they have limiters set up for, you know, the computer. They're just not going to let that car drive that fast. But if this person does any kind of, just even bumps into something right now at these high speeds, that could be very tragic for that driver and anybody else that may be in the vehicle. I am trying to listen to what California Highway Patrol is talking about. Haven't heard about anything but the driver. But again, California Highway Patrol in active pursuit this morning, still on the 118. We're going to start running out of 118. We'll have a choice out here, the 210 and or the 5. I also know that TOC, if we were going to stay on the 210, TOC is our technical people. We might have to start switching up some mountaintops. But right now, still continuing. Now in the emergency lane, speeds in the triple digits. This car really moving out. California Highway Patrol doing what they can to keep the public safe.
Well, you know, it is kind of like a Friday light situation, you could say, on the freeway, which is giving this person the ability to drive erratically, maneuver in and out of those lanes and go at a high rate of speed, which obviously is very dangerous. But because there's lack of traffic, that individual is able to drive this way.
Well, you know, lack of traffic, that's one of those plus and minuses. Like you said, it's giving this person that ability to go a lot faster. Also, the people that are driving, they're not expecting somebody to come up on them that quickly and or change lanes in front of them that quickly. So this is makes it a little bit more dangerous for the public. California Highway Patrol, they are still, I believe they are still in the background there, at least trying to warn the public. But that vehicle is still moving along at a very, very quick clip. I know the helicopter is still here following it, and of course Skyfox is going to keep an eye on it as well. But you know what, when I did that wide shot, I did not see any of those California Highway Patrol vehicles. So maybe they have backed off, giving this. Now I'm getting confirmation. I'm being corrected. They are still in pursuit, and that's really a big positive. At least, again, in my opinion, my humble opinion, I'm just a guy in a helicopter. That it at least is warning the public that something is going on. Running through that gore point right there. This guy's still moving at a very fast clip.
Yeah, if you could put up the speed, I know on your fancy graphics that you have there with the streets that could identify what we're looking at right here. It helps a lot in terms of following where this vehicle is going. We should say that it started as a pursuit of this SUV from the Ventura County Sheriff's Office, and officers there starting all of this, and then this vehicle making its way eastbound on the 118, now over the 405, now going towards the 210, as you see. So clearly eastbound, and yeah, look at the speed there, Stu.
Definitely, and I'm sorry about that. I thought you guys were seeing the same thing I was. My bad. But yeah, you can see it, and this is not the carpool lane. Now we're getting back over into actual traffic lanes. That was the emergency lane for the most of it. And these triple digits, at one point, I looked up, and it could be a little bit of an error. Don't get me wrong, we're not perfect, but it was coming up to 118 miles an hour. Now, I would venture to say that 115, 120, probably the limiter on a car like that. And again, that's just a factory thing. So right now, still moving along. California Highway Patrol behind it the best they can. They are being safe. That's one of the reasons why they're a little bit farther behind. Again, though, The biggest fear for us watching right now, somebody getting hurt, be it that driver and or an innocent person. Look how fast he's passing these other vehicles. And then when he does those little maneuvers where he cuts somebody off, you know, one tiny mistake, and that could be devastating. Right now, back in that emergency lane, I always say it, and I really mean it, you know, anytime I even go through a gore point, I wind up with nails in my tire. I'm always amazed at how these guys can drive for miles and never have any problems with their tires. But continuing on right now through that on the emergency lane, we're picking up. We are on the 210. We're going to start getting into the La Cañada area. I'm hopeful that we'll be able to keep a signal up because it's going to be one of those spots where our microwave signal might be having a problem. But right now, though, we're keeping an eye on this pursuit. California Highway Patrol chasing him. Originally started in Simi Valley. I do know Simi Valley deputies originally were in pursuit, and then they handed off to California Highway Patrol. Again, the original want, unknown to me at this time.
Well, actually, we're finding out some information according to the CHP West Valley scanner that the original want may have been theft.
It's still
at this point,
here?
Yeah, but we're not sure. Obviously, unconfirmed, and information changes moment to moment as we watch and follow something like this occurring. But it's really the speeds that are dangerous at this point. Araxia pointed out Friday light, but soon, you know, you're going to be dealing with more Friday traffic as conditions change out there on the roads.
Well, you know, the 210 is traditionally kind of one of those freeways. It's like if you live in the valley, it's kind of that secret way around things. Yeah, you're going to put a little more miles on your car, but you're not going to sit in traffic for the most part. So this is going to be pretty much wide open. Now, it depends upon where he winds up, or she. If we take the two...
Uh-oh. All right, it looks like we lost signal there with Stu for a moment. We'll try to work on that. As we watch this, there you see indicating where we are exactly, the 210 East and exit 11 there at Sunland Boulevard, Tahunga.
That's fine.
There you are, Stu. Okay, so we're seeing this vehicle just continue to drive erratically, pick up speeds, going very, very fast, weaving in and out of traffic. Obviously, the people who are on the road have no idea what's going on, and that's always very nerve-wracking and dangerous to see.
Definitely, and again, this is continuous. We've been climbing uphill right now, making our way. We're behind Mount Lee, and you can see that vehicle still continuing on. I wonder if that was a California Highway Patrol that he passed right there. It's just one of those ones where you just kind of wonder, what is the point? I always kind of think to myself, why is this person running? You know, they're not going to get away. If it's an emotional thing, maybe this is getting something out of their system, but you're putting so many people at risk. Anybody you're passing at those high speeds, and then of course, you know, yourself behind the wheel. I understand that there is a little bit of a helicopter swap right now. We actually have a sheriff ship over it. We are in La Cañada. Maybe they made their way over here knowing this was coming their direction. But those speeds and how this person passing everybody out here in the La Cañada Tahunga area, it's a little nerve-wracking. And then those lane changes, they've been kind of sweeping right now. Like you said, a little bit Friday light. He's got those opportunities to make those kind of wide turns. But sometimes he gets into those traffic situations, and even at those high speeds, makes those abrupt turns. I'm worried about this vehicle colliding with somebody else on the roadway. Everybody else doing the speed limit. This person doing almost double the speed limit.
Yeah, anytime you see a car driving like that, whizzing by you, you kind of wonder, you know, what the situation is. I know I take pause and wonder if it's a pursuit going by, but clearly that's the situation here. If you're driving along this freeway and you're seeing this car going by at triple digits in terms of how fast it's speeding by, really dangerous. And obviously we're having trouble with the signal right there, but we are staying on top of this pursuit of this dark SUV that started in the Simi Valley area.
And with that, we're at the 11 o'clock mark of Good Day LA Plus, GDLA Plus, and we welcome all of you. We are watching this pursuit. We began watching this towards the end of the 10 o'clock hour. Stu up in Skyfox over the scene right now. There you see it on the 210 East passing exit 17 La Crescenta there. Obviously, this vehicle we hear is a theft suspect, wanted for some kind of a theft issue. You see how dangerous this individual is as he or she makes his or her way down the freeway there.
Gosh.
Very close.
Very close.
So many vehicles. I know it is really nerve-wracking, just complete disregard for any rules and laws and other people's safety at this point. So Stu, pick it up from there and tell us what else you see happening down below. We don't see the black and white vehicles or any CHP from this vantage point, but obviously they're giving this person some space because this is where it gets very dangerous when they feel as though they have nothing to lose.
You know, I'm trying to. Whoa! Oh my goodness!
Oh my gosh!
I don't want to show that on television. Yes. Oh no!
Oh wow!
No, no, no! This is good. This is one of those ones where I don't even want to push in on that. No. I think the driver was ejected on that collision right there. We're going to need a moment or two to actually find out exactly what happened, but definitely collided with that pickup truck. And this is what I was talking about the whole time. That type of collision, you know, that if what I saw is what I saw, which I hope it's not, this has come to a very tragic ending. You can see the California Highway Patrol. I want to push in, but I don't want to put anything on air that would be offensive or, you know, that we don't want to see. But you can see California Highway Patrol still kind of close by. Maybe that was just the airbag that I saw floating around on the outside of that vehicle when that collision happened. But it definitely looked like it definitely hit on the driver's side. There is no doubt about that. And, of course, it ripped open the side of that car. California Highway Patrol making their way over there right now. I'm looking for some kind of acknowledgement if I can push in a little closer, if I should stay wide. It looks like they are taking the person out of the vehicle right now, but that condition I can't say because we can't see it. But this pursuit coming to a very tragic end out here. We're in the Pasadena area, technically 210 right by the exit 19, which I think might actually be the 2. But these are the ones that it saddens me to see that type of incident happen out there. And of course, this person probably very injured, and this pursuit coming to an end out here with a tragic collision on the 210.
That was a violent end.
Miles an hour.
That was a violent end to that pursuit, and you can see all the black and white, you know, patrol cars. They have the freeway pretty much blocked. At the moment, we saw the driver. The impact seemed to be only on the driver's side of the vehicle, right? And you can see that it just ripped an entire hole through the driver's side of the vehicle and dragging some of the parts of the car along with it. And we don't know what the status of the driver is, but certainly it had to be very, very injured at that point.
Definitely, and this is one of the ones where I'm trying to find out more by kind of pushing in to see what happens. But yeah, there's it definitely seems to be that driver definitely bleeding, and in the CHP, one of them, you saw him run over here to the back of that car. He actually they all have paramedic kits in there. They come across these type of accidents all the time. They do know basic and first aid, but that collision with the side of this truck right here, this dump truck, that is solid steel, and you know, and connected with that portion right there, that, you know, so that's even angled. You know, it opened that car up like a can opener.
It did.
And hopefully it is, you know, that driver will be okay, but right now I would venture to say not okay.
We don't want to zoom in too tightly on that car right now because you can see it is quite the bloody scene.
What a tragic and violent ending to this, and we want to apologize too. If anyone saw what exactly happened,
this is a replay of the accident right now.
Right there.
It is really horrific to watch this, and
yes,
you could see the vehicle was speeding so fast it went out of control as it was trying to veer around that orange truck, and that's how the collision happened so violently and so quickly because of the speed, and that's why you said it pried it open like a can opener. That edge of the orange truck just opening up that SUV like that so quickly and violently. So it really is a tragic scene right there, as you mentioned. Everything is on lockdown, stopped, all lanes of traffic on that side of the 210. Completely stopped.
You can see the backup already, already beginning.
The backup continuing all along that area. So
when you're going at a speed like that, it's very easy there to lose control, and obviously that's exactly what happened. And that, and you know, that driver in that giant semi has no clue, obviously, what was transpiring and what happened. They were just going on their way, and you know, they had no idea that this had just taken place. But that individual driving just was not able to in time veer away, and there you saw that very violent scene take place.
Do we know, Stu, how fast the driver was going when the collision happened?
I would venture to say, because he was in those triple digits that entire time, is definitely going to be that kind of number. That dump truck, that looks like a city truck, I venture to say probably was going about 55. So it's kind of simple math. He basically hit the back of that truck, or skimmed the back of that truck at about 50 miles an hour, and most of that impact was right there on the driver's side. Definitely that driver very injured right now. Officers from California Highway Patrol doing first aid to the victim. I know there has been a call for a fire truck to arrive out here in an ambulance, but it's going to be more than a few minutes, especially with that traffic backed up. And how are they going to make their way over here? So it's going to be a few minutes before we start seeing the paramedics come. But like you said, all lanes right now on that eastbound 210 shut down, and that backup already building very quickly. A lot of these folks might have an opportunity to get off or make their way on an off ramp, but some of them are going to be here for the duration. California Highway Patrol, they may have to open some lanes just to get the fire trucks in here. That might relieve some of the pressure, but that ending is just one of those ones. It's tragic, and I mean, the word hate is what it is, but it's one of those things you just never want to see with anybody. That person possibly losing their life this afternoon, and for what? Whatever the problem was, they probably could have worked it out. May take some time, but tragic ending out here on the 210 freeway.
Certainly, and Stu, you're going to keep an eye on that. We will return to this coverage after we take a short break. Be right back.
All right, that was Fox 11 here right there, bringing you the very latest. We appreciate their updates. Wow, what a wild finish and horrific crash that happened there on the freeway. You can see now the traffic is backed up horribly right now. And let's just show you the highlight here once again, just in case of some of our viewers maybe just joining us. Let's re-show you the moment of impact where this suspect slamming into a truck. Let's roll the tape here. Take a look here. Moments ago being played out as this pursuit. Look at the amount of speed, and then boom, crashing, and then the slide there from that car going many, many yards past the impact zone. And we'll hit that again for you here just in case you are just coming on to join us here for that horrible crash that ended on the driver's side. And yeah, this is why we always say viewer discretion heavily advised during these chases. You just don't know how it is going to end. And with that impact going that amount of speed, over 100 miles per hour, it does not look good for the suspect at all there. So again, our thoughts there with the first responders on the scene that had to definitely witness that in real time, because that was horrific there. All right, now giving you a live look here at the scene as Skyfox has pulled out, just to give some time here for those first responders that are at the scene there, and it could be really gruesome if they zoom in. So that is why they are zooming all the way out right now, and traffic backed up completely on this 210. And as you can imagine, it's going to be shut down for quite some time, especially if this does go fatal. Police chase is always high risk. That's why we always say during these times when we're showcasing them that we hope at the end of the day that the suspect comes to the realization that you're just not going to get away and you're putting so many lives at risk, including themselves. And this is just a prime example of what could happen, especially when you are getting the high rate of speed that this one was going at. We saw the SUV just weaving in and out of traffic so many times at such a high rate of speed. It is a bad combination, and that is what happened here today. If you're just joining us right now, high-speed chase out in Los Angeles ends in a very violent crash. We were bringing it to you for the last about 20 minutes, and all we did know at the time, suspect was wanted for some sort of theft and led police on this long chase that was going at such a high rate of speed, going zigzagging through the 210 in and out of those lanes and slamming into that orange truck. And this is now a prime example of what we're able to show you is just this major backup now going on the 210. And yeah, your hearts go out to all these drivers that are going to be pretty much parked here for quite some time, especially if this goes fatal, because we all know that fatal investigations take some time. And look at that backup already, just past 11:10 on the West Coast here. And you could just imagine what it would be like if it was during a rush hour situation as well. But Sky Fox doing a great job of showing us the lay of the land right now after this high-speed police chase ending in a violent way. If you're just joining us on Live Now, let's rewind the tape, show you that moment of impact that played out live on Live Now. Very scary as it did take place, and then slamming right here into that orange truck. You saw the airbag pop out, and then that car going really several yards past the impact zone. Taking you now back out live here to show you more of the aftermath as investigators, first responders on the scene right now, and does not look good there for that suspect at all. But again, hearts go out to the first responders that had to see that from behind and see that impact and saying, okay, now the trajectory of this investigation has changed. And really, it should be noted that what police have to do, they go from pursuing a vehicle, then going into life-saving measure, really all within a matter of seconds. That cannot be understated, because you are going from a police officer trying to apprehend a suspect and then going into life-saving measures there. So our hearts go out to those first responders right now dealing with this situation that was brought on by the suspect that just did not want to stop for some reason and continued on trying to extend those final moments of freedom. And now it could be that instead of just trying to stop and extending those moments of freedom, that may have cost this person their life. We don't know right now the condition of that suspect, but it cannot be good. And you have a lot of the first responders now, police on the scene, talking about what they saw. In case you didn't see it here, let's play it back for you one more time on Live Now from Fox, as Sky Fox is pulling out just a little bit more, showing you the major traffic that is backed up now as a result of this crash. Let's show it to you here on Live Now from Fox. Moment of impact right here as it slams into that orange truck and then continues to carry on for several yards, and then finally comes to a stop. The orange truck stops as well, feeling that impact, and then everything does come to a stop right there. Back out live right now, showing you the aftermath here of this in-demand police chase that we were featuring for you. And that's why we always put up that viewer discretion advised, because it could lead to situations like this. We do have now the ambulance on scene as well. First responders continuing to be there. And again, a situation that it looks a little bit too gruesome. We are going to pull out right there for the benefit of the suspect and the suspect's family. But again, terrible situation that played out there live. Horrific crash. We brought it to you here on Live Now from Fox. Just a prime example of what we do here. We were in some top stories, some headlines, some videos that we were playing out from across the country. We got word that the police chase was going on. Feed came in. We took it to you directly, and that is what we do on Live Now from Fox. We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll be back with much more top stories and headlines when we come back. Welcome back to Live Now from Fox, everyone. I'm your host, Mike Page. Thanks again for joining us as we bring you top stories, headlines, and, of course, breaking news, just like the wild police chase that ended in a violent crash just ended moments ago, and that is going to be backed up for quite some time. As soon as we get more updates on that, we will bring it to you on Live Now from Fox. In the meantime, we do have another live event that we want to go to. Let's go out to Liberty, Missouri. This is a funeral for a paramedic that died and had served in the department for 3 years. Let's listen on Live Now from Fox after this paramedic died on Sunday after he was stabbed while transporting a patient. Horrible.
He was a skilled paramedic that saved many lives while remaining calm in the face of chaos. He was kind, competent, and compassionate. And most importantly, he had empathy for the people he served. Known by his friends and coworkers as honest, loyal, and trustworthy. A natural leader that others wanted to be like and to follow. A current battalion chief and Graham's former captain said it best